Hello, I'm Ryan Baker, and this is Big Day in Education. Welcome to week 4 of the class. This week we're going to be talking about knowledge inference. The goal of knowledge inference is measuring what a student knows at a specific time, often operationalized as measuring what relevant knowledge components a student knows at a specific time. What's a knowledge component, I hear you cry on the forums? Well, a knowledge component is anything a student can know that's meaningful to the current learning situation, which might include skills, knowledge of facts, knowledge of concepts, knowledge of principles, knowledge of schemas. If you want to learn more about knowledge components, you can go to this link here on the learnlab.org page. Basically, anything a student can know can be a knowledge component. Knowledge inference, it's worth mentioning by the way, is also called latent knowledge estimation sometimes. Worth knowing that term because you'll see it sometimes. Latent stands for not directly measurable, so in the student's head. Now, why is it useful to measure student knowledge? Well, enhancing student knowledge is the primary goal of a lot of education. And if you can measure it, you know whether you're making it better. And if you can measure it, you can inform instructors and other stakeholders about it. And finally, if you can measure it, you can make automated pedagogical decisions. The system can say, I don't think you're quite ready to move on. This is different than measuring performance. In the first 3 weeks, we discussed prediction models. You can use prediction models to determine if a student will do well on a future test. And you can use prediction models to infer if a student's performance right now is associated with successfully demonstrating a skill. But inferring if a student's performance right now is associated with successfully demonstrating a skill is not the same as knowing whether the student has this latent skill. Maybe they appear to demonstrate skill without actually having it. This is sometimes called guessing. Maybe they appeared not to demonstrate skill despite actually having it. This is sometimes called slipping. So how do we get at latent knowledge? You know, we can't measure it directly. It's latent. We can't look directly into the brain. Yet. But we can look at performance. And we can look at performance over time, which is more information than performance at one specific moment. At any one given moment, you might guess or slip, or appear to. But over time, you can kind of get a pattern and see, is the person's behavior generally consistent with them knowing it? This is not trivial. It's a research problem with a long history, back at least 50 or 60 years. This week, I'm going to cover some of the key approaches for latent knowledge estimation, or knowledge inference, within EDM and learning analytics. I won't be going in chronological order, but I'll be focusing on key methods for online learning first. In your assignment, you're going to try out 2 ways of creating Bayesian knowledge tracing models, which is a popular algorithm for knowledge inference, maybe the most popular and certainly the standard at the moment. So next up, in our next lecture, we're going to go right into what is Bayesian knowledge tracing, how do you use it. I'm Ryan Baker, this is Big Day in Education. Thank you very much.